This video is a tutorial on using Kong API gateway for rate limiting users' requests to the server. To install Kong on your system, you can use the Docker Compose file provided in the description. To use this Compose file, open a terminal in the working directory and execute the command docker compose up-d. This will automatically fetch all images from Docker Hub and start Kong as a Docker container. You can interact with Kong using two ports, 8000 and 8001. Port 8000 is for clients to access API endpoints, whereas port 8001 connects to Kong Admin API for managing the gateway. For this tutorial, I'm already running a Hello World API which is accessible on port 5000. If you want to learn how to build your own API using Python, FastAPI and UVCon, you can watch my earlier video using the link provided in the description. To understand what this API does, let's send a GET request using the command curl localhost /5000/hello world. As you can see, the API responds with a simple hello world message. Let me send consecutive requests to demonstrate that there is no inherent rate limit set on this endpoint. As unrestricted access can possibly overload the server, we will learn how to use Kong as an API gateway to limit the rate of requests. We will do this in three parts. First, we will set up a service to store information about the Hello World API. Next, we will declare a route to relay API requests to this service. Finally, we will use a Kong plugin for rate limiting. Once the gateway is configured, you should also restrict public access to port 5000 so that only Kong gateway can be used to access the Hello World API. Let's start by sending a GET request to the Kong Admin API on port 8001 to list all available services. At this point, no services are registered with Kong, so the response is an empty object. To set up the first service, I will send a POST request to the Kong Admin API to add a new service. I will pass two data specifying the desired name and the URL of the service. As the Hello World API is running on another Docker container, I'm using the Docker service name instead of the IP address. Using the Docker service name eliminates the problem of dynamic IP addresses. Also, it eliminates the need to expose port 5000 outside the Docker network. Looks like the service is successfully registered. We can confirm this by sending another GET request to Kong Admin API and list all services. On a side note, if you want the returned JSON string to be easier to read, you can append bar_jq to the curl request. The JQ tool formats the JSON output with proper indentation. You can see that our Hello World API is now listed as one of the Kong services. In the second step of this tutorial, I will send a POST request to Kong Admin API to set up a new route for the Hello World service. I will also specify the name and a desired path for this route. In case you want to verify that the route has been registered, you can send a GET request to the Kong Admin API to list down all routes. The route indeed shows up in the list. Let's go ahead and test the route. As mentioned earlier, Kong listens on port 8000 for API requests. So I'll send a GET request using the command curl localhost /8000/hello world through gateway. As expected, the request returns the Hello World message. So the basic configuration for Kong gateway is done. Now we move to the final step of this tutorial. Let's set up a plugin to limit the API access rate. To achieve this, I will make a POST request to the Kong Admin API and add a plugin to the Hello World service. I will specify the name of the plugin as a part of the request. And for demonstration, I will configure the rate limit to 5 requests per minute. To verify that the plugin was successfully implemented, you can generate the list of all plugins associated with the Hello World service using the command curl localhost /8001/services/hello world/plugins. Let's test this plugin. I'll send consecutive requests to Kong gateway. You can notice that after 5 successful requests, Kong responds with a message that the rate limit for the service has been exceeded. That's all for now.